Welcome to Spread the Knowledge, recollect and refresh your knowledge. Know Your Bones 206. The human skeleton is the internal framework of our body. Bone is a calcified, living, connective tissue that forms the majority of the skeleton. Functions of bone: supportive structures for the body. Protects the vital organs, lever on which muscles act to produce movement, containers for blood-producing cells and the reservoirs of calcium and phosphorus. Number of bones: cranial bones 8, facial bones 14, ear bones 6, hyoid 1, chest bones 25, spinal bones 26, upper limb 64, lower limb 62. Cranial bones: frontal 1, parietal 2, temporal 2, occipital 1, sphenoid 1, ethmoid 1. Lateral view of cranial bones presentation. Here we can see the occipital bone in the posterior view of the skull, and the anterior view of the butterfly-shaped bone called sphenoid. Anterior view of the ethmoid bone. Facial bones: lacrimal 2, nasal 2, maxillary 2, zygomatic 2, palatine 2, inferior nasal concha 2, vomer 1, mandible 1. Anterior and inferior view of facial bones. Anterior view of inferior nasal concha and vomer. Later view of vomer. Here we can see the lateral view of the mandible, which also called as jaw bone. Ear bones or ossicles. There are 3 small bones in our body which are malleus, incus and stapes. Ossicles are present in the middle ear. Among these 3 bones the smallest bone is stapes. Hyoid: the U-shaped bone which is located in the anterior part of neck between jawbone and thyroid cartilage. The anterior and lateral view of hyoid. Chest bone: sternum 1 and ribs 24. The chest bones along with spine form a thoracic cage which protects the major organs such as heart and lungs. The spinal bones: cervical 7, thoracic 12, lumbar 5, sacrum 1 and coccyx 1. The actual number of spinal bones are 33, cervical 7, thoracic 12, lumbar 5, sacrum 5 and coccyx 4. The sacrum fused together to form a single bone, likewise the coccyx fused together to form a single bone in an adult. Upper limb bones: scapula 2, clavicle 2, humerus 2, radius 2, ulna 2, carpals 16, metacarpals 10, proximal phalanges 10, middle phalanges 8, distal phalanges 10. This is the posterior view of the upper limb. Scapula is called as shoulder blade, clavicle is collar bone, humerus is the arm bone, radius and ulna is the forearm bone, carpals and metacarpals are palm bones, fingers are made up of proximal, middle and distal phalanges. Lower limb bones: hip or pelvis 2, femur 2, patella 2, tibia 2 fibula 2 tarsals 14 metatarsals 10 proximal phalanges 10 middle phalanges 8 distal phalanges 10. This is the anterior view of the lower limb, hip or pelvis, femur the thigh bone, patella is called kneecap, tibia and fibula is the leg bones, tarsals and metatarsals are foot bones, toes are made up of proximal, middle, and distal phalanges. Important notes: the longest bone in our body is femur, smallest bone is stapes, patella is called kneecap, scapula is called shoulder blade, clavicle is called collarbone, the hip bone is called innominate bone due to the irregular shape. The total number of spinal bone is 33, sacrum is 5 and coccyx is 4, sacrum got fused together to form a single bone and coccyx also fused together and considered as one bone. Thank you for watching it. Hope you learned it. Kindly refer your anatomy books for detailed information. If you like this video, give a thumbs up, share and subscribe it for more videos.